HACKTACULAR. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the very first edition of my brand new series, HACKTACULAR. Now, this series is going to be dealing all with ROM hacking, which, if you don't know about that, go and look it up. It is super fascinating and awesome to see the creative things that people have come up with, modifying old games into new and creative ways. Or if it makes it easier for you, just think Super Mario Maker on steroids. Anyway, the premise of this show is really simple. If I come across a ROM hack that I really enjoy and think other people would enjoy as well, I'm going to talk about it, as well as some of the gameplay changes that were made and the overall experience that you could probably expect by playing said ROM hack. So, without further ado, let's get into my very first hack, Sonic 2 Heroes. Sonic 2 Heroes is a ROM hack of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 that blends all of the original stages that made Sonic 2 great with pretty much all the additions in gameplay that were added on to Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles into one big happy package of excellence. Now, for people in the camp of believing the only worthwhile Sonic games were the classic 2D platformers, first off, congratulations on being correct. But second, this hack is one you really should play because it's pretty much all of the best aspects of the original Genesis games all packed into one, with a new feature or two thrown in as well. The simple way to explain Sonic 2 Heroes would be that you're playing Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles in the Sonic 2 world. To explain exactly what I mean by that, we'll take the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2 as we know it and build onto it from there. First thing that's new is the abilities of the characters. How about the power of flight? That do anything for you? For Tails, Sonic 3 brought along the ability to control the power of flight. In Sonic 2, Tails would fly back onto the screen following any one of his numerous deaths throughout a playthrough, but you could never control that flight. In Sonic 3, though, that flight could finally be harnessed and used to the advantage of both Sonic and Tails. Now, this ability is present in this version of Sonic 2, and it opens up a whole new world. And in the case of Knuckles, playing as him has been doable for years simply by locking on a Sonic 2 cartridge onto Sonic and Knuckles, but now you can play the game along with the rest of the 16-bit crew as well, with the same power of flight that Knuckles has always had. So, the secondary characters have been brought into the picture with all their abilities that we've really come to know them for after Sonic 2, and as for Sonic himself, he's been beefed up a bit too. Sonic's Insta-Shield attack that was introduced in Sonic 3 is now possible in Sonic 2 Heroes. Also brought into the picture are the various shield power-ups that came along in Sonic 3. The Flame Shield, Lightning Shield, and Water Shield, along with all their enhancements that they give to Sonic, are now here in Sonic 2 Heroes. Even the original shield that we were familiar with in Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 is still here, and that's been enhanced as well to where it's no longer just an extra hit that your character can take before losing all your rings. At least for Sonic. Now, the standard shield will give Sonic a mid-air dash, which essentially serves as the homing attack if enemies are nearby. For Tails and Knuckles, though, yep, it's still just an extra hit. Oh, and I almost forgot this totally new feature that wasn't a crossover from Sonic 3. That, of course, would be the insane leaping abilities of whoever you aren't currently controlling. It's a pretty neat feature that you don't ever get to make use of. So, we've got the characters and their power-ups from later games incorporated into the mix to add to the gameplay, and that's awesome. But maybe the coolest thing about Sonic 2 Heroes is that you can freely switch in between all three characters at any point in the game. So, if you want to enjoy all the cool shield power-ups, roll with Sonic. Want to fly up somewhere high? Push of a button and you're in control of Tails. And if you want to go from that high up spot and glide across an entire level, Knuckles is your guy. All in all, it opens up a whole new way of exploring levels and taking different paths through them than you ever possibly could before. Probably to the point where you'll be surprised at just how much there is in every level that you've probably never really gone to before. But gameplay and everything aside, what about how this game looks? Taking place in the world of Sonic 2, the levels are pretty much all the same, as are the special stages. One slightly noticeable change is that the character sprites from Sonic and Knuckles have been swapped into the place of the original Sonic 2 sprites, but the difference isn't major by any means. You've also got Amy Rose flying the plane in the later parts of the game now instead of Tails, which again, nothing major. One thing that can be major is that there are times when 3 characters on screen makes everything look really, really busy. And also, changing characters at high speeds can really throw you off pretty quick by the way the camera jumps around and with the weird stuff they do sometimes when they're AI controlled. Maybe the most frustrating part about it all visually, though, is the lagging. This game is susceptible to some insane frame rate issues whenever there's multiple enemies on screen. And as bad as that is, multiple enemies pales in comparison to any time you're in a spot either with a lot of water or a lot of chemical. It's basically like switching the game into a super slow motion mode. The only time it seems to handle all three characters perfectly without any drop-off is on the special stages. But that third character is a total burden rather than a nice addition, unless of course they're actual people playing with you instead of AI. If it's your friends playing with you, you're probably going to totally wreck that half-pipe. If not, the lagged responses of your AI sidekicks will lose you a lot of rings along the way, and to be honest, I don't know if you even can have a second and third player in this game, mostly because I didn't have any friends to try with. But if you do manage to score all the Chaos Emeralds, being able to freely switch between the super versions of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles really is a whole lot of fun. I mean, it's just limitless wreckage that you can leave in your path with what you can do with those abilities. That aspect might be the single most fun part of Sonic 2 Heroes when it comes to just dicking around and having a good time with a familiar game. On the whole, this hack is a lot of fun to have the freedom to play as all three of these characters using all of their abilities and power-ups established in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, all within the excellence of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Is it the most epic hack out there? No, probably not even close. But it's a hell of a lot of fun that you can pick up and play just for a little bit with an excellent reward of Team Super if you play long enough to get the Chaos Emeralds. Or if you use save states enough times. The ways you can explore familiar levels in unfamiliar ways is what stands out the most to me, making for a handful of great additions to an already great game. Sonic 2 Heroes is most certainly hacktacular. Hey everybody, thanks so much for checking out this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, yada yada yada. But more importantly in this case though, if you have any ROM hacks that you're particularly fond of, that you think I might be particularly fond of, let me know what they are, whether it be the comments, Facebook, Twitter. Just get the word out to me, I will check them out, and if they are worthwhile, maybe feature them on the show.